For this Technique Wednesdays, I am sharing with you the Rake and Smooth Wash and Go technique using Camille Rose Naturals Curl Maker. Hi everyone, I'm showing you my wash and go technique on freshly washed, conditioned and steamed deep conditioned hair. What I'm showing you right now is my leave-in conditioner, my staple Shea Moisture Shea Butter leave-in conditioner with jojoba oil, aloe vera, and vitamin E. And what I'm also showing you is this half of a container from a previous bottle that I now use for easy scooping of this very thick leave-in conditioner. The finishing gel for this wash and go technique will be my new favorite, Camille Rose Naturals Curl Maker. The more moisture you absorb, the more moisture you retain. So I start out with freshly saturated hair. I just rinsed out the deep conditioner and I apply the products section by section. So I rinse each section and apply product one by one. Working in sections gives you better control of your product application. I am smoothing it downward from root to tip, always going in this direction to lay the cuticle layer down so it lays flat, which makes the hair feel smooth. I take my time working the product through to ensure distribution and complete coverage. The product should pass through the hair from where you place it to the other side based on thickness, porosity, and density. Thicker hair strands, more dense hair, and low porosity hair need to work in smaller sections. Finer hair strands, thinner, less dense hair, and normal or highly porous hair can work in larger sections because the product will absorb through the hair for complete coverage. As you can see, I've gone in and put some more product in the middle, and now I'm squeezing it through to make sure that it's getting to all the hair and distributing well for complete coverage. And I still notice as I'm fingering through that the hair is dry on the ends. So I'm trying to smooth the product all the way down to the ends. And so finally I just go ahead and decide to put some more product directly on the ends to make sure that they are definitely covered. You may notice that the ends of my hair look a little shabby. I am actually due for a trim. I normally get a trim every 4 months, and I am at least 2 weeks past due for my trim this go around, and I will definitely be doing that soon. But that is why my ends look very choppy, and definitely need to make sure that I get that moisture, or make sure that I get that product to cover it. I also wanted to make a note that I'm allowing this to play in real time. I know I could speed this up, but the whole idea of showing you this wash and go technique is so that you can see it from beginning to end. I'm only going to show you this one section because it takes me 30 minutes to do my entire wash and go technique. And so I'm just going to show you the one section so you have a good sense of what I do at every section. By this time, the leave-in conditioner is most certainly fully absorbed, and I'm just running through just to ensure that it's completely covered. I'm feeling, for dryness. I'm looking for any product residue, but it's pretty much done. I'm just confirming. Okay, I'm starting off with 1 squirt of Camille Rose Curl Maker, and previous times I've done this, I've just started off with 4 squirts, but I'm experimenting because it is a pricey product. I just want to see just how much I need. I'm going to add more as needed. And if you notice, I applied it to the ends first. There's no, particular rhyme or reason, but as you'll see next, I'm going to start smoothing toward the ends to remove the tangles. and then I'm going to work my way up and begin to do the definition. The way that I'm smoothing is pretty much similar to how I did in the previous application of the leave-in conditioner, but you'll notice that when you have gel on your hair, it's even smoother because it's holding the hairs together more so, which leads to better definition. Smoothing with gel helps to remove or reduce frizz and gather more hairs together, get more clumping for better definition of your natural curl. So now I'm taking a second squirt of the gel and I'm applying it to the top, and then I'm going to start raking. So from the top I'm raking, from the bottom I'm smoothing, and that's where you get the term rake and smooth. And you'll notice with the raking that there's a certain point at which the fingers just stop, where I stop going downward, and that is because that's where I'm meeting resistance because the hair is tangling. And so when I meet the resistance, what I do is I bring the fingers out and I come back down and I smooth. Sometimes I just keep raking because I want to get product on the hair. I just want to make sure I'm getting that distribution, but then I'll just go back down and do some smoothing so I can get further down with the raking. The goal is to eventually rake all the way through from root to end for complete definition of the curl. And if it's too much hair to deal with, I'll pull it apart and work in a smaller section. Just in case you couldn't hear me speak on camera, I was saying that if it's too much hair to deal with, I'll pull it apart and work in smaller sections. See how I'm gently raking, stopping, and smoothing. So it's a gentle raking, and turn around and smooth. And when I do it so quickly that, it just looks like I'm going right through, but I'm not, because I'm coming back down and going back to the ends and I smooth. So I'll just come right through. This, meet the resistance. There's not much resistance, but I slow down, then I'll come back to the end, and then I'll smooth up. Really quickly, I'm just inserting, here is a previous week where I did the wash and go, and as I smooth, the ends go from being frizzy and having lots of product to being smooth, and the curl is defined. So now this is the other portion. See how I'm just gliding, mostly gliding through, and then I'll meet the resistance right there. I can actually pull it through like this, or I can come back around and just smooth it down. Right, so then I should be able to get through most of this hair very simply, like that, and then come down to the end. And I'm going I'm going in real time, but if I slow this down and I show you. I'm inserting the previous week wash and go with Camille Rose to show you also the difference between how much product you apply and the outcome of how much definition you get. So on the left hand side is 4 squirts of Camille Rose on that one section, whereas on the right hand side you saw I only squirted twice. So it's half the amount of Camille Rose, and the right side was much fluffier. It was still a very good wash and go. It makes a huge difference how much product you put on. I will share photos of the 2 wash and goes at the end. And so once I got my section done, I just, twist it up. It's already defined. Twist it up. See how I'm doing it? So fluffy. Just twist it back up. And here's my clip. And I don't clip the ends. I leave the ends loose. Okay? And then I move on to the next. And then I move on to the next section. Okay, so I have now gone around the entire head. This is the final section. The front left section is the largest. So after I've completely defined that, I go around the entire head, releasing or removing all of the clips, which I've left the curly ends out. And then I begin to blend the hair together. I spend a little bit more time, sometimes even 10 minutes, just blending the low porosity section if it needs more attention to get the product to absorb. And in this case, it was very fluffy, so I wound up using my Q-Reduce steamer to get it to better absorb. I didn't include that here in this video as a regular technique because it's not always necessary. But I did get it to blend, and now I'm getting ready to go air dry, so here's the final results. Here are days 1, 2, and the final day 7 of each of the wash and goes that I showed you using the Rake Smooth Wash and Go technique with Camille Rose Naturals Curl Maker. Click here to see the video for how I stretch my hair overnight on wash day, and click here to see the video showing how I fluff out my hair the next day. If you're not subscribed already, may as well go ahead and subscribe. And then also, if you are on any of the social media platforms, please remember you can connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Thank you so much for watching.